Hey guys, Graveter here. What's going on? Welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and this is like the first Marvel Contest of Champions Knights of the Roundtable discussion video that we've actually done in a while. It's like pre-summertime, but on the line as well today, same as for the Tri-Battle Crystals, which you guys can see posted a day or two ago. I've got Turbo Tim.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Rich the Man.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sounds so pompous British person.
Yeah.
Full of pomp and circumstance.
Anyway.
But, yeah. So, today we're going to be talking about the new characters in the game, as well as some pretty major flaws that I think we can all pretty much agree on in this panel, at least. From Kabam, ranging from server issues to lag to the unblockable freezing and just so much more stuff, and the whole debacle over the 4 and 3 stars that went out to people, and then 850 units, and then just kind of like sweeping it under the rug. So, but first off, we're going to start with the new characters, and we'll be starting back with Beast and working our way up to Quake. But we're not really going to like cover the new characters completely. It's just pretty much going to be our favorites, least favorites, ones that we think probably could have been changed, ones that we actually enjoy, and ones that we found to be pretty tough going up against in the questing missions. So, but we've got Beast and Nightcrawler that came out with their first Terragenesis or Terragenocide. I always call it Terragenesis, I don't know, but it's Terragenocide. Then the next wave came in with Terragenocide 2, which was Loki, and somebody help me.
Look.
Gambit.
Yeah,
Gambit,
Gambit.
yeah.
Gambit. And then we had the newest wave that just came out, which Karnak and Rogue. And we also are going to be covering Quake because of the fact that she did get dropped in the $9.99, at least in the US, a $9.99 bundle, where you could have picked up 2 of her crystals for a chance to get her. So there's potentially people out there that actually do have her. So, guys, what do you think as far as your least favorite? Let's go ahead and start with least favorite.
Probably Beast. Or no, probably Gambit. Well, see, I was hoping Gambit would be a lot better. I mean, are you talking like skill, like gameplay wise, or like character wise?
I mean, we can go skill wise and kind of like personal disappointment too. We can do one or the. I mean, if you want to do 2, I just
guess,
kind of range it off that.
Yeah, I guess probably Beast and Gambit. I was hoping Beast was gonna look a little cooler. I think I thought he was gonna be more human than he's like. Not as so far out as his Beast character is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then Gambit, I was hoping was going to be a lot stronger because Gambit's one of my favorite, and he's just not that strong. He seems to be very weak. So,
Rich.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, it goes back to when we did the video where we looked at on my channel when we looked at the abilities from comic book transferred over, and it was just, Gambit didn't kind of come in strongly at all. And Tim's absolutely right. With the point of Beast, from an appearance point of view, they went too much with the uncanny X-Men, which seems to be the sign of the time. So just the look of him isn't cool. I don't think he look decent at all.
Yeah. See, I could definitely agree that out of the whole bunch, Beast probably was my least favorite. But, I mean, I still like Beast. I do enjoy playing with him. But on a broad scale of, if I had to number these guys, like 1 to whatever, on whatever, range that they're in, Beast would be at the bottom. Just, I don't know. Because I really like the other characters a lot more. And disappointment-wise, probably would be Gambit too. I want to say Loki because I'm so ticked off the fact that I opened up so many of Loki's crystals and didn't get him, and it's more like a personal disappointment because I invested so much in him with the crystals and the 5-star crystal and still didn't get him. So maybe that's like Loki because of the personal disappointment that I just didn't get him. after opening so many crystals. I don't know.
Oh, I hear that. I hear that indeed.
Yeah, I think we all do.
So
Did we all do featured? Sorry, did we all do featured 5 stars?
I did an Age of Venom. Yeah, I didn't get them.
I did Loki featured 5-star, nothing.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of other guys that did, and I think Yeet's the only one that actually got the featured character that I know of.
Yeah, you got Loki. You got Loki.
Yeah, he's the only one that I've seen that actually did it. So.
Well, Frojo got it too. Frojo got a rogue.
Did he really? See, I didn't catch that one. I saw he posted the video, but I didn't watch it, so I didn't know. What? Now that I think about it, I did see his review video too, so it just slipped my mind. That's awesome though that people are actually getting them.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, well, Texas Hitman, how many did he open? He opened 4 and he didn't get them.
Yeah, it's the same way with
Whole thing.
That was rough.
Same way with Jaren from my last alliance. He did a video. I'm gonna have him on the channel sometime soon too. But he opened up 5 of the rogue crystals, and he didn't get rogue, but he awakened magic. Which, I mean, it sucks in the grand scheme of things because you think that's 15,000 shards. It only takes 10 to open up a regular crystal, and if you open up 5 of them, you know that's like a couple of extra crystals that you could have opened up regularly.
Yeah.
Especially if you only get characters that were in those crystals to begin with. It's really disappointing.
Yeah, I wish the drop rates were better on those because you are saving up for so long, and 5-star shards are so rare in the game. They take so much longer to save up. I wish the drop rates were a little bit better.
You see, they seemed like they used to be before the update where they added new characters into it. Because it seemed like back in the day, whenever the 5-star crystal dropped, and then they had the featured 5-star crystal drop, just about all the time you would see people posting pictures of, hey, I saved 15,000 and I opened this crystal and I got the feature.
Yeah, buddy, my alliance got a Venom, 5-star Venom.
Yeah, it was like like 1 to 3 odds or something back then. Like, it was really crazy. I think MCOC Mod did some videos on it back when I think it was with the Venom 5-star crystal too, and it was like 5-star Venom popped almost every single time. It was crazy. I think they've changed those odds on us though.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me either.
Going back to characters, and I must admit I was quite impressed with Nightcrawler because we actually covered it, didn't we? We covered what potential abilities Nightcrawler would have.
Oh, he's amazing though. He's so hard to fight against.
See, I would say the same thing with Karnak too. I love Karnak. I think we got a lot of decent characters out of this whole thing.
I feel that we might gone to a peak, and unfortunately with a peak, you're gonna slide down the other side.
Yeah. Well, I hope not. I mean, hopefully they keep up with getting some good stuff. But, you know, there's been a lot of cool characters with, like, the Civil War stuff. Like, all those characters came out, and those were all pretty cool.
Civil Warrior actually turned out being pretty boss, too.
Civil Warrior was awesome, and then there was Civil War Black Panther, and then there's Falcon, and...
Crossbones.
Crossbones was awesome, yeah. So, those were all cool characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definite. I think the good outweighs the bad with this wave of characters that we've got. Because I mean, we haven't even talked about Quake, and Rich had brought it up before we even got on here that apparently Aftershock isn't supposed to do what it's been doing. It's only supposed to be if you get caught by the move, Rich. Yeah,
this is just being dropped by Kabam Mike. So by the time obviously the video goes out. It's not kind of fresh knowledge, so get onto Kabam's forums, guys, if you want to have a bit more kind of clarity on it. But it is it's largely to change it. So you're going to find things like the Chloe quest being, and also the first event quest of the last quest. Dark Phoenix one, which I can't remember what it's. No, it's the first one. Yeah. With her Quake being the end boss, that's going to be a little bit more easier now.
Yeah, she's the first boss on the very first mission, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I just jumbled my words up.
Yeah. No,
sorry, viewers.
No big deal. Stuff happens, but So I guess is like your two's consensus on your favorite character that came out is going to be Nightcrawler.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's got to be that. It was what I was hoping for a character to be there, and it's one of the very first times that Kabam of my kind of hopes have then become a reality.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they nailed him perfectly to a T. I think they got it all in there. I know a lot of people complained about the swashbuckler mode, but that ties into the cartoon series and it ties into the comics too. I mean, it's like I know people have this one mindset about characters, but Nightcrawler was a pirate. He was a pirate at a point in time, so yeah, it makes sense.
Well, you were a butt pirate, weren't you?
You wish. In your dreams, Tim. In your dreams. I would probably have to say Nightcrawler is one of my favorites out of the whole bunch too. But I really like Karnak. Karnak is a really good character, and that true strike ability that he has, that he gets off of his specials is really awesome to me. I'm just glad that they went with the Hobo Jesus look for Karnak out of the all new, all different comics, as opposed to the old school Karnak with the spandex and the 6 foot high forehead. Because that would have just been weird. I mean, MODOK's already been making an appearance in the game, so we've already got the forehead thing covered by one character at least.
We talked about this, didn't we? We said that the character, there would be an argument whether or not it should be a cosmic character.
Yeah, but where they went, if they had went with the original Karnak, with the big football field forehead, he definitely would have been cosmic at that point. But with the all new, all different, he branched out from the royal family with the Inhumans, and he did the whole. He kind of did like an Iron Fist story, so it does make sense that he is skilled to me.
Yeah, at
least to me it does.
I'd like to play using him. I haven't got to play using him.
See, I haven't either. I've got. How many of these new characters do you guys actually have?
0.
0?
0.
I've got Rogue at 3-star, but I haven't given her more of a run through.
Yeah. See, I think the only ones that I have is Beast as a 3-star and Rogue as a 3-star. And I have Nightcrawler on another account, but I only play the one account right now, so I never really messed around with my 3-star Nightcrawler.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get them, but I opened 10 rogue crystals and I didn't get any of them, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Not even a 3-star.
I opened up like 7. I didn't open them up on camera. I know people are probably sitting there thinking, you didn't open up rogue crystals? I did open up some rogue crystals, but I didn't do it on camera. Because, it was only 7 crystals, I just didn't see the point. It's like, let's just pop them and see what we get. And I ended up getting a 3-star one. But I'm not a big fan of the rogue character. She falls into kind of the disappointment category for me.
I think she's cool. I like her.
Yeah, I like her as well.
I just feel like she's pretty. I much more. So I think it's kind of like a Gambit situation. Like I feel like there could have been more done to her. I don't know.
I didn't expect her to be like floating like Doctor Strange though.
Yeah. She flew. So, but
did she?
Yeah, she could fly.
Okay. I don't have a ton of comic book knowledge, so.
Yeah, she always flew in the cartoon series. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just know her from like the movies, so.
It's quite funny. When a lot of these, sorry to kind of like for us to kind of like boast the point, because not a lot of the newer Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubers know about. And do you guys remember the time when Doctor Strange didn't levitate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was just like even. Back there, it was just quite unusual, really, that he didn't, and then all of a sudden he did, and I think that's when Kabam started kind of waking up and kind of having a look at these characters more thoroughly before they implement them. That hang on, guys, we need to properly think about what we're doing, not just slap it in and hope for the best.
Oh, people were pissed though when they changed his fighting style.
It took a while to get used to.
Yeah, but I think they did all right with it. You know, it's not like they didn't make them worse or anything. I did prefer the old fighting style, but I like the look of the new one.
Yeah. I mean, he took a little bit to get used to. I think the biggest problem that people have with the whole levitation thing is that whenever he started levitating, and I don't know if I'm completely correct in this, but I think Magneto was the first actual levitating character that was in the game.
You're correct, yeah.
Nobody liked using Magneto, and Doctor Strange kind of had that kind of mechanical feel to him like Magneto did, and I think that was the biggest problem that people had with Magneto and the levitation thing was it just doesn't feel fluid. It's really mechanical. And
they changed up Magneto though, because Magneto was pretty bad. Like before they changed up his punching, because it was way too like clunky and like it wasn't fluid.
Yeah.
So they did up changing that, and that's why he's a lot better now than when he first came out.
Yeah. I like him though. I've always liked Magneto. I think I got him as a 4-star when he first came out of the crystals. I'm not sure. Somewhere back in that backlog of thousands of crystal openings that I did when I had money. Oh, the days. But
back when you were being a professional stripper?
Yeah, back when I was being a professional stripper at that one male strip club that women just like to watch fat guys get naked.
Well, at least there's one.
Very few and far between for that kind of fat fetish. So I mean that's kind of okay, let's talk now on who have you guys found to be like the biggest challenge as far as fighting these characters go.
That Nightcrawler for sure.
Yeah, Nightcrawler. Beast had its kind of moments of flitting between those different fighting styles of acrobat and freestyle. But yeah. Oh, I suppose in some ways we've got the because they give L2 unblockable for Loki?
Yeah.
Yeah, and at times that was a bit of a pain in the ass, but
because it was a full screen move.
Rogue's SP1 too. I would always go into it when she was doing the life steal.
Yeah,
it had to get used to it, kind of like X-23's like first special. You know that end kick. You gotta get used to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Civil Warrior's
delayed.
Special 1, where he hits the shield on the ground, and if you go in too quick after he smashes it down, you still get hit by the like force field that he's got built up around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wrong on the whole it goes across the screen thing with Loki too, because his L1 was unblockable too, as far as I remember, and that one actually does go across the screen.
Oh, is it like a pulse like bolt thing?
The L1 was where he took the staff and shoots it, like puts it behind his neck and then shoots the beam out of it, or the bubble kind of thing out of it. His L2 was the throwback to the Frost Giant things where it was the kind of ice that shoots up across the ground.
Icicles.
Yeah. Kind of like Groot's special. All these characters, I mean, everybody's like, well, they've got new move sets, but a lot of them, you can find like subtle variations to the same moves in a lot of other people's stuff like that. Loki's L2 is kind of similar to the same moves that L2 that Groot, or L1 that Groot does. And there's also a couple other ones. Magneto's L2, it's kind of similar to that, but it's just different imagery used. So I've been noticing that a lot with a lot of specials in the game here lately, that they kind of mimic other ones. So it's like they've got the same base kind of images going with them that other characters do, but you don't really pay attention to it that much.
Yeah, but to be fair though, how many fighting styles could you possibly do? You know, I'm sure it becomes tricky to come up with new ones.
Right. No, I completely agree with that. It's just you don't really notice it. I didn't for the longest time, and it's just been here recently that I start. That kind of looks like this, or that kind of looks like that. You know.
Yeah. No, I definitely know what you mean. They do show a lot of similarities.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it used to be, where it was like with Hulk and Abomination, where they had the exact same movesets, or Winter Soldier and Punisher. Yeah, same exact moves. So it's not as
specials
bad.
Too. Yeah, that was lame. They still have the same special. That's pretty lame.
Yeah, Punisher and Winter Soldier, they still got it. So that's one that definitely needs. And I mean, they're making strides in trying to change stuff too. We got Hulk and Abomination with and Juggernaut with new movesets, and apparently, who was it? Thanos that got it too, but. There's only like one person out there that I know of that could say anything to that fact.
I don't think they changed Thanos' moveset though for the players. I think they changed it to make it harder to fight him. Probably.
I could see that. Anything to make a little bit extra cash, and that kind of leads into the second part here, because we're good. We're good pretty much on the new characters, right? Unless you guys wanted to speak about Quake any.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first leg of this podcast. Now we're moving on into the more rabble, pissed off. Let's get our pitchforks and our torches and go after Kabam like they're Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster rather. And the fact that we've been having a lot of issues lately out of Kabam. It's been really awful since the last update.
The missing combos and freezing and
the missed combos, that's a big one too. It's not just Star-Lord anymore.
Yeah,
it's almost every character,
and you really get punished for it in things like Alliance Quest. Those characters hit hard. You can lose your character just by one.
Oh, I know this from the 4th day. I lost every single character I had on the first lane of Section 1. It's ridiculous. And it was all due to lag, missed combos, and I even had characters popping up on top of me for no reason.
Oh, I got a cool screenshot. I should send it to you guys where it shows every person that has like a red exclamation mark next to their name, like they're dead, but they're not. All of them are alive. It's just glitchy. It's really glitchy.
In Alliance Quest, right?
Yeah, it was an Alliance Quest. It shows every player's being dead on Tier 1.
I saw the same thing, and it freaked me out. I saw it, but once I went out and came back in, it was fine. But for some reason, it popped up like that, and I'm like, holy crap, everybody's dead.
No, I was like, how did everybody die so soon?
Yeah, I had the same issue happen to me, man. And it should have clicked at first, because if you're on the same path as somebody else, and you're not dead, but it's showing you're dead, then it should have connected. But it was like, oh my god, what happened? That was like, what, on like day 1 or 2?
I believe so, I think 2.
Yeah, I remember it doing that though. It's absolutely insane. So we've had that issue. We've had lag so bad it's not even funny. You guys experienced anything with lag?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty bad lag.
It's not good, especially because I'm now finding some time to do Chloe's quest, and I need that consistency with it. I don't know how much I'm by the router thinking, oh, it's going to be a Wi-Fi problem, because I suspect if people go to Kabam, their answer is going to be, have you checked your connection? Is your connection the problem? You're the problem. We're not the problem. You are.
Yeah. It's funny when they tell me that though, because like I'll go on my cell network, which is horrible. Like it doesn't, and I'll have better service than I will with like Wi-Fi. It's just it doesn't have
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an issue. Like I can remember whenever lag problems would happen before, it would usually only kind of stick to one certain area. Like you would have lag issues in Arena, you would have lag issues in Alliance Quest, or during regular questing missions, or Alliance Wars. It would just be that one specific area that was lagging a little bit more than anywhere else. But this is, from what I've seen, is completely across the board. It's everything.
It's been pretty bad.
Yeah, it's totally everything. I noticed today during questing there's lag. During Arena there's lag. Alliance Quest, lag. We're not currently doing Alliance War yet, but I'm sure there's lag in Alliance Wars as well. So it's insane.
And if you like email them and say anything about it, it's so annoying that they're just like, oh, well, that sucks. Here's like a level 1 revive, and you're like, well, yeah, that's that's nice, but I had to spend $5 to revive all my champions. Like, what's a one level 1 revive gonna do for me, really?
Right. It's not going to do anything. And that kind of transitions into the next issue with the whole customer service is complete crap. I'm saying it right now. Customer service is complete and utter crap and in a complete and utter state of disarray with Kabam. I mean, coming from someone that actually worked customer service before, the issue at hand was a huge issue with people getting the 4-star and 3-star crystals from the updated versions of, Acts 1 through 3 that they hadn't previously got, and then Kabam accidentally sends out those crystals again. And if you didn't get on, I think it's like if you didn't log in to the game in time, you didn't get them. But if you were on at that certain time, you got to claim them before they took them back.
Yeah.
And then they addressed the issue completely on the forums, saying that there's nothing that's going to be done. It's completely out of their hands. There's nothing they can do whatsoever about it. And yet, some of us send in tickets about it, and we get 850 units compensation for it. And others don't.
It's
frustrating.
They can't do that, yeah. And a few people got tier 2 alpha catalyst too, which was bullshit. That's like one of the rarest items in the game.
Yeah.
And I've heard they took them back, but we don't know. We don't know if they did or they didn't.
All right, that's
and
no
it's
way
just
to tell.
Yeah, and I'm sure the people that they didn't take them back from are not going to come forward with them, really. So, it's just they can't do that. They can't compensate a certain percentage or certain amount of people and not the rest of them. They have to kind of do this all across the board. If they screwed up and they send everybody a 3 and 4-star crystal, they need to send everybody. Or if they send so many people 3 and 4-star crystal and they screwed up on there, and they need to send everybody else one.
Yeah.
If they're compensating people for units, they need to compensate everybody else too. They can't just compensate it for a certain amount of people. And then when it comes to their attention that people are sending in tickets because they're pissed about it, we're not going to do it anymore.
Yep. Oh, I agree. I agree completely. There was a person that's I made a video about it, and people have been sending in tickets. I've got mixed messages from the comment section of that video. People that did get 850 units, people that didn't. And so, once the weekend came and went, because honestly, when it comes to the weekends, I don't think anybody's really manning the customer service lines as far as emails go for Kabam. I think if you send a ticket in on the weekend, there's no point to even do it. You might as well wait till Monday with normal business working hours, because you got a better chance of actually getting a physical person to respond to it. But once we got out of that and people were still, getting the same messages, and it was addressed on the forums, and we got the same exact kind of carbon copy message that Kabam Mike had originally stated on the issue from Adora, same exact thing, saying we don't have any part of customer service, blah blah blah. It's up to the customer service representative what they give you. That, to me, as a person coming from customer service, is a load of crap, and it just shows how awfully managed the customer service part of Kabam is being ran. Because
Well, I think what
oh, go ahead.
I think what they're trying to do, though, and I think it blew up in their face, one, because partially I think your video kind of brought attention to it, but I think what they were doing is okay, we screwed up. Some people are going to know this. Some people probably had no idea it even happened, probably still don't know it happened, that some people got 3 and 4-star crystals and others didn't.
Yeah.
But they're probably thinking, okay, the people that actually send in tickets and complain about it, and so they're not feeling left out, we're going to compensate them. The people that don't know about it, they're still not going to know about it, so it doesn't make any difference for them. And then when people saw your video, I think they were only expecting to compensate a very small group of people that sent in the tickets that were gonna, that knew about it and that were pissed off about it, and they were gonna go make it right with those people. But the rest of the people they were hoping just never found out about it or never found out about the compensation. And I think it kind of blew up in their face. And then they're like, shit, we can't give everybody this because now it's really, putting a dent in our pocket.
I think I'm going to try and raise a ticket then. See what happens.
That's the only thing people can do is to send in the tickets. I mean, it sucks, and I hate the fact that I made the video. There are people that still aren't getting their units. It sucks. I am absolutely sorry if you don't get the units, but it's not me. Like,
No,
I'm
it's not,
not the reason
not
that
your
you're not
fault.
getting the units. It's these people, and they're always going to shut down the comment section on their thread about this issue. It's a done null void conversation. But it's like I was saying earlier, with the complete and utter chaos that is their customer service. Like I said, coming from a person who did customer service, if we knew of an ongoing issue with a certain area, we're going to compensate those same people the same exact way. And this is huge. This affected everyone in the game. Everyone in the game. I mean, even if you hadn't completed Act 1, 2, or 3, the fact that people that had done it previously got a 3 and 4 star crystal, again, affects you too. It's not just a select group of people, it's everybody. It encompasses everyone as a whole. And honestly, I mean, I got the 850 unit compensation, but 850 units does not equal the 2,900 units that were given out, because I'm looking at the fact that it costs 2,500 units to purchase a 4-star crystal, and it costs 400 units to purchase a 3-star crystal. So that was a $2,900 error in units.
Yeah. Well, I was one of the people that they told, we're not doing anything, so they told me that, and it's just, it got under my skin. It really bugged me.
It's crappy customer service all around the board.
I don't. And
it kind of shows you how shady a company can possibly be, to kind of trying to just sweep it under the rug. Because it's like you were saying earlier, that's exactly what they were hoping would have happened. Would it just, people got their rewards. I hope they keep their mouth shut so that other people don't find out about it. And then people did find out, and it's like, well, we'll give you $850. Here's your hush money. Don't tell nobody else.
Yeah, and it blew up in their face.
Because I'm an asshole, and I'm going to try and do as much as I can to try and help other people.
No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't matter if you told people about it, though. It's not your issue. It's their issue. They're the ones that screwed up. They're the ones that issued some people units, and they're the ones that didn't issue others. So it's not you. Just because you brought attention to it doesn't mean it's your fault.
I know that. I'm just saying I'm an asshole in the fact that if I get something, I'm going to tell other people about it. To them, I'm an asshole. I guarantee that. To Kabam, I am.
We already know they don't like us, so.
They really don't. I think someone was like worried with it that when I did the I'm using bunny ears 4-star theory video, someone said, thanks for letting everyone know, like, Kabam, that means they're going to stop doing this. It's like, number one, there's no truth to the theory, and number two, Kabam don't watch any of our stuff. If they did, they would probably want to work with us more.
Yeah.
That they don't want to work with us, though. It's been told that they had a bad experience with a YouTuber in the beginning of this, and I guess it really turned them off to working with any YouTubers.
But that's not going to hush us, though.
No.
That's
it's stupid for them.
Yeah.
Every other company does it. Every other gaming company seems to do it, and it's great because it's great promotion. It's cheap promotion for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they don't see that.
Yeah, I mean it's like Transformers Earth Wars. I got in, just started doing videos, and they contacted me personally to, hey, do you want to join this group with us, and actually talk to people behind the scenes of stuff. And they gave me all, like, the code giveaway that I did on my channel for Transformers Earth Wars. That was directly from the company. I mean, that was $50 worth of stuff to give out to people,
Well, yeah.
That's
it's like Call of Duty. Call of Duty's a huge name, and they do that stuff. They really work with YouTubers, and they like, especially like the big ones like T-Mart and stuff, they fly them out. They put them up in a nice hotel. They take them out to steak dinners. They really treat these guys like, and I'm not saying we need that. We're not nearly as big as like T-Mart or anything like that, but it's it's just the level of promotion, or that they see the benefit in these YouTubers and letting working with them.
I mean, it like I was the one with Transformers Earth Wars. They gave some of us access to test servers, just so that they could gift us like new characters to review. I mean, that kind of stuff goes a long way.
That's cool.
That would be awesome really for this game. If we could just have like a test server account set up, so that we could review the new characters for people, not like gift it to us on our main account so we all have the new character, but give us the option to be able to show people the new stuff.
Yeah, that's a perfect idea. It wouldn't give us any benefit, it wouldn't give us any advantage, but it would be a good way for them to market, and it'd be a good way for us to have content. But
yeah, that's the perfect way to work with people, and I loved working with Space Ape TV over that. The Space Ape is awesome. Kabam just doesn't. I don't think they get it. I don't think they understand it. I don't think they understand how much we can actually influence the game. You know.
I really, it boggles my mind because it's such cheap free promotion for them. Because you got to think of like the numbers. It's millions and millions of views that they're not, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you
working
take
towards.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
if you're doing it with, say, you know, whatever, even if it's like the top 5 YouTubers or whatever, it's still millions of views. It's like, you know, I just don't see why they don't see the benefit in that.
Yeah, I mean, if like, let's say if you took, I'm just going to use like the top 3 off the top of my head that I know that get the most views for contests. If you took Pungence, Super Gaming Family, and W Bang, and just gave them like promotional stuff, I mean, look at how many views they get on their videos. That's insane. The amount.
Super Gaming Family gets 1.8 million a month by himself. Yeah. So
Pungence, I think Pungence, I've seen some of his videos get like 65, 70,000 views.
Oh, he gets a ton of views, yeah. But he does a bunch of other stuff too. So I can't really count his stuff. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't know exactly what he gets like contest wise.
Right. No, that was a contest video that I've seen that he did, like 65, 70,000 views, and W Bang gets, you know, the same amount of views, if not more. Yeah. And it's crazy not to want to work with people. I mean, I go back to Space Ape. I mean, some of us weren't even getting hundreds of views on our channels, but they still reach out to us like, hey, you're taking the time out to play our game and make videos on it. That's still free advertisement, even if it's only 100 to 200 people watching the video. Can we help you in any way? That's cool.
Those 100 or 200 people spend 50 or $100, that adds up.
Yeah.
A lot, you know.
It's a good strategy. It really is. I mean, I saw them reach out to people that were only getting like 50, 60 views per video. I think maybe some of mine fell into that category. And it makes the YouTubers feel a little bit better too about wanting to continue, you know, doing videos on their game.
And positive reviews on stuff like too. It's, you know, because you're gonna have that much better taste in your mouth towards the company and the game. If they're like willing to work with you and like, you know, if there's things that need to be fixed, they're willing to work with you and hear you out. But like the thing with Kabam is like everybody has such a negative view on them because it's like they don't care, they don't listen to care, and you know, and it's like they act like they want to, but they don't, and it's, you know, it's very frustrating when you do, like, you know, like, we want to hear your feedback. Well, you send feedback in and you get like these generic messages back, and then they're like, well, you know, and then if you try and reply to that message, then they close the ticket right away. Yeah. So then they tell you to open a new ticket, but then you get the same answer back. So it's like this never-ending cycle.
Yeah.
Or put something on the forum. What about putting a new thread on the forum? Oh, please, that's stupid.
And then it gets shut down on the forum.
And that a very small percentage is going to see it on the forum.
Yeah. Well, I think that the $850 or $850, yeah, I wish $850, but the 850 unit compensation thread, before it got took down by Dora, it had 2,000 or 3,000 views on it. I mean, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like the 7,000 to 8,000 on the video that I put out, but it still had a lot of views on it. So there's still a lot of people going on the forums to look. And I mean, you can sift through those messages. You can get rid of the crappy comments that you want to, you know, get rid of them. But there were a lot of people that were actually posting like some kind of, you know, some intellectual, trying to just conversation-wise, trying to figure out what the issue was, and there was not a solid answer. I mean, there really wasn't. You can't just throw your hands up in the air and say, well, some customer service representatives do things different than other customer service representatives, so it just depends on which one you get. That to me just makes the issue worse, because send in more tickets. That just means you get a broader chance of getting one of the customer service representatives that's actually going to give you the 850 units.
Yeah,
and
so
do it until you do.
There's no transparency, or then there's no, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like rhyme or reason to why they do certain things.
No. There's
no transparency at all.
There's not a lot of ownership to messing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad from. I mean, it's if you don't take ownership as a person for stuff that you do in your own life, sometimes people aren't going to really know that you didn't. But on a company scale, that's pretty crappy. It's pretty crappy.
I think it's so foolish of them, because you slight a person once and they're going to remember it. And I know a lot of people that remember this. I know a few people that actually quit the game because of this, that they know a bunch of people that got this 850 units and they didn't get it. And it puts a big sour taste in their mouth. Well, that's, these are people that spent hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars on this game. Mm-hmm. And now they're not spending anything. So them not giving out something that does not cost them anything.
Right.
For their screw up, and just to make sure they're on the up and up with their customer base is just stupid, in my opinion.
It is. It's very dumb.
It's just that, they're like trying to save, what are they trying to do? Accomplish here? They're trying to save a few units that they're going to piss off how many customers that are not going to spend money anymore?
Well, I mean, it's literally an imaginary in-game currency. They lose nothing from this whole thing. They would have lost nothing from just giving everybody a 4-star and a 3-star crystal. They lose nothing, because I mean, if you would have gave people the 4-star and the 3-star crystal, like you said, it would have just encouraged people to be like, hey, these guys are actually on the level. They're pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and keep spending the money that we are.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, you screwed up, but you made it right. So what's, there's no problem. That's fine. Most people are going to look at it like that. Okay, yeah, some people got these things, and now that you made it right, that everybody got it, and nobody's got an advantage now, there's no problem with it. It was a mistake. But now it's turned into this, like, no, you screwed us, and you help some other people out. And it's, and it's really like you slight a person like that, and they will remember it forever. Yeah. It costs 11 times more to get a new customer than it does to retain a current customer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on the forums with the whole 4-star and 3-star thing, they didn't even see why that was such a big deal. They said that was no advantage whatsoever to anyone, getting a free 4-star and 3-star in the grand scheme of things. Because I guess they're looking at it from the aspect that everyone gets 4 stars and 3 stars now because of the shards. And that was seriously, like, their response to it was, it's not an advantage to anyone. It is. It can be.
Yeah, well, my reply to that would be it's perspective then. It's who you're asking.
Yeah.
So, if it's no big deal, let me take some of your 4 stars, and let me take one of your 4 stars and 3 stars away from you.
Yeah, there were people on the forums, like, backing them up on this, too, and it's like, okay, so you're one of those guys that has every single champion, Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't, And, what if that 4-star crystal was a Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Or
well, then that's, that's an advantage. That's...
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't matter if it ranges from the character that they got as Abomination or Doctor Strange. It was still an advantage. It really was, because it was a free item that they got that out of mistake that Kabam could have easily fixed, and they didn't.
What's the principle that bugs me about it? It doesn't have to do, I could really, if it helped them or not is not as big a deal to me. It's the principle and how they handled it.
Yeah, well, I think that's everyone's big issue.
Yeah.
Is they handled it completely wrong. I mean, 4-star, 3-star, it's no big deal. It's not a disadvantage or an advantage to anybody. 850 units, yeah, some of our customer service representatives might give you 850 units, but we're not going to tell you to submit the tickets. It's really shady. It's very shady.
And then you submit a ticket and you get this, this very generic answer that doesn't even answer half your email. It's not personalized at all, and it's very, it's very shoddy customer service.
I think that's most of the time whenever you submit a ticket, it doesn't matter what it's about. It's always very generic. I think it's all very cookie cutter and copy and paste and slap a name on it. And if it's an automated response, then you're not getting a name. That's the big thing too. Like if you're getting, I've noticed this from a lot of the pictures I've been sent. If you're just getting an automated message, there's not going to be a name attached to that message. So you want to make sure that you're actually getting a person like responding to you.
That drives me nuts, though. I hate those automated cookie cutter responses. I cannot stand those.
Yeah.
The way I see it is why you even have people contact you then.
Yeah. I agree completely. Which, I mean, I'd say their customer service is probably only built up of like 50 or 60 people, if that. Maybe not even that much.
I doubt it's even that. It was probably 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But if that's their job, that's their job.
Right.
You know.
Yep. I mean, I agree completely. So, I guess that kind of touches on everything, really. Was there any other issues that you guys have seen lately?
No, not really.
Aside from, yeah. Rich, anything you want to add to it?
No, I just hope for the future that we can get a bit more better communication between player and Kabam, because obviously there's no Kabam to YouTuber. So,
yeah.
Well, Rich, I mean, like, you know, you're usually got a pretty good handle on these things. Like, well, I guess, kind of, what do you feel about it, really?
My real feelings towards it is it will alienate YouTubers from doing any future content on Marvel Contest of Champions. That's a bit of a bold statement to say, but when you get like Tim, you just explained there, my experiences with the YouTubers that deal with war gaming and the way that they deal with their people to fly them out to their offices in Cyprus, to sort them out for games conventions. You know, Marvel Contest of Champions went to San Diego. I don't know if they. I saw there was one. I think Mobile went there. Mobile Gamer went there.
Mobile, yeah.
And they've got one set up for New York Comic Con too.
But I don't know if he was invited there.
No, he just saw him there. No.
Yeah, it's just that. But then that's like a complete and utter joke when it comes to other. You know, you got FIFA will then get involved with all the sidemen. So that's really what's going to happen. Without
saying any names, though, they've made it so bad that they pushed away one of the biggest content creators for Marvel Contest of Champions that hardly does anything on it anymore.
Yeah.
And
that's the reason why, is because that they don't give a shit.
Yeah. So they do need to kind of watch out. I mean, I'll still keep playing it. My vested interest is as an interest from like comic books. And a lot of my kind of content will cover that in the future. I'm not kind of like saying this is the big quit. Exclusive on Graves video. I'm quitting. No, I'm not quitting. I just think we've all kind of going to burn out if we don't take on other things.
And then their bullcrap just makes it worse. Because, I mean, the hardest thing for me is the fact we've invested so much time in this game. I don't want to just walk away from it because of that, but there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way, but whenever you slide them the way that you are sliding them, it makes the option to leave a lot more tangible, like with the whole willpower nerf thing. It's a little bit, I mean, at least they compensated people for everything that they put into the masteries with that one. I mean, that was the case where it wasn't a very appeasing change that they made, but at least they took the time out to
soften the blow of it.
Right. At least they gave you back, you know, what you'd put into it. So, I mean, this seems like it's just a whole nother Deadpool issue.
It is. It's a good game. It's a very, very good game. It's a very fun game. But there's just a few small things that's making it from a good game to just an excellent, outstanding game. You know what I mean? Like they're just like right on the cusp there. But it's just some of these negative things are just really overshadowing the goodness of the game, because it's a fun game. I enjoy playing it. A lot of people, all of us do, I think. You know, but it's these other issues just make it not fun to play anymore, as they're not nearly as fun, I guess.
Yep. All right, so I mean, I guess that's really about it for this podcast. Unless anybody has anything else they want to touch on, and not me. I mean, you don't get to touch me, but
thank God.
Screw you. Oh God! But all right, guys. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit longer than I think any of us had anticipated it being, but kind of, I guess when you go off on a tangent, you go off on a tangent, and this is a kind of a sore subject for a lot of us. So, but that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to look down in the description below for links to Turbo Tim and Rich's channel. Thank you guys so much for coming on for this one. I really appreciate like doing anything with you guys ever. Period.
Anytime.
Yeah, I have fun.
But all right, guys. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If it's your first time watching the channel, please consider leaving a sub on it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on it. And as always, guys, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.
See ya.
Yeah.
'Cause we scream